Hello, my name's Artemis, and fursuiting in public is one of the funnest things you can do. Wrong. Fursuiting outside is one of the funnest things you can do. Getting some amazing photos, some amazing videos, and just enjoying being a fluffy creature. The people is kind of the problem, though, because you can't really avoid those, even when you try real fucking hard. And I've amassed some experience in this, especially over the last year or so, and I thought I could help you guys by giving you some tips that you probably already know, but fuck it, I'm gonna say them anyway, so let's delve into that. Planning is your friend when it comes to suiting outside and in public. You are going to want to figure out where you want to go, obviously, but you're going to want to scout that out as well. It's so easy to look on Google Maps and on Street View and think that you know an area, and then you get there and, oh, shit, that's a fucking hill. Okay, whoops. It's so easy. So you want to be able to go to these places first, scout it out, but also see what you want to do whilst you're around there. Because it's so important. You're going to want to scout out the travel to and from where you can park. How far is it going to be from the car to the actual location you want to do this thing? Is there any kind of facilities? Is there water? Is there toilets? Are you going to have to pay for parking? How are people going to make it there? Planning is obvious, but it's so easy to underplan. So that's the first thing you want to do. You also want to see, is this a dog walking route? Is this a place where people come and party? Is this isolated or is it not? Because you're going to deal with people if you are not careful. And even if you are, you're still likely to deal with people. So plan your shit and plan it properly. Make sure you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, because you're going to wish you had when you run into stuff. And you will. Now, obviously, bigger groups is always the way you really want to go when it comes to fursuiting. It just helps with everything. It helps with being a lot of people there that can help you, like handlers that can help with the suiting up and the suiting down, makes things more secure, transport routes, all of that jazz. It's just generally better to be in a larger group of people. There's also safety in numbers. You know, the great unwashed public are generally a bunch of wankers, and you will deal with them, especially when you don't want to. So having just more people to help mitigate that and maybe put them off coming over and causing trouble is definitely a very useful thing. The only difficult part is whether or not you have access to a big group. And this is where fur meets are amazing, because that's usually a bigger group of people than you're used to, but not everybody has the luxury of that. So, sorry. But bigger groups is definitely the way to do it. You can find yourself secluded places. You can have your first aiders. You can have more resources available to you and not worry as much. The only real problem I suppose you have is fighting for attention, to get your photos, to get everything done. But there's not really a lot of downsides to a bigger group. So if you can do it with a bigger group, fucking do it. Solo suiting is a very difficult thing for me to advise. I've not actually done official solo suiting. I've always had a person with me, even if it's a family member, just to stand around whilst I do my thing. So it's a very difficult thing for me to advise, especially in the UK, where we don't really have big patches of wilderness which is completely abandoned or deserted. It's very difficult to find that in this country because we're so small, but it is possible. I just don't think I'd recommend it, but you need to know everything. You basically need to go in with a full game plan. If you're going to do this on your own, you need to be able to suit up and down real fucking fast. Keep your shit with you. Keep your phone charged. Keep everything close to hand. Know exactly what it is you are looking to accomplish before you go, and make sure that that's what you get done. Okay? I really don't feel like solo suiting is a great fucking idea. Doing it with just one suitor and one person is way more doable. It's what I recommend the most. You have that peace, you have that intimacy with just, you know, you've got a photographer and a subject, but you don't have to worry, oh my god, I need to set up a tripod and walk away from my very expensive fucking camera, which anybody could take because I can barely see anything out of this suit and I'm encumbered. So it's a difficult thing for me to really advise. If anything, I advise against it. Please be smart, guys. Please, for the love of God, be smart about suiting. I know it's fun, I know it's exciting, but you don't want that fun and excitement to be ruined because of a few misthoughts. And of course, the real meat of the video, the public themselves. You see, whether you're in a bigger group or on your own, one way or another, you're going to start dealing with people as you go outside to do fursuit stuff. It is inevitable, it is scary, but it is actually surprisingly easy to get away with. Now, I will say I made this video from a British perspective, and British people are cowards. I know for a fact that I have been judged and ridiculed whilst taking fursuit photos outside. I also know that none of those bastards had the balls to say anything to me. So we do get away with that a lot better, but I have amassed some little tips, and here they are. You see, the biggest thing that you can do to help with your confidence and with people that are coming over like, what the fuck is this, is to act casual. To act casual and confident. You tend to find that the public will match your energy, and if you are very embarrassed and very shy, they will start to wonder if there's a reason for that, and whether you should be shy and embarrassed. If you act calm, if you act confident, if you act with the sort of demeanor of, oh, hey, yeah, so it's just a character that we invent. It's called the Furry Fandom, and I mean, look, we come to a beauty spot, get some photos, just hanging out, having a good time. If you act like that, people will feel more at ease. If you can act personable. It does take a lot of social and people skills, which not everybody has at different points in their life, but it is the easiest way to deal with it. I have dealt with multiple people out. I have dealt with dog walkers. I have dealt with a special needs teacher and his children in the woods. That was last week. I have dealt with pagans doing a ritual. I have dealt with priests doing a ritual. Same location, but a month apart. You would deal with all of these people, and every time I come with the same energy, and I've never had a problem with it. Most people are pretty cool with it. Most people are also pretty curious. You give them a few decent answers, and they're fairly happy. They got a funny story to tell their friends. Although, obviously, if they didn't take a picture, no one's going to believe them. So that's the best way to deal with it. You also kind of need to know how to judge your audience, because if you are suiting in a busier place, in a town, you are going to run into youths and teens, and they are going to be a problem. And essentially the best thing you can do is remove yourself from the situation. This is a real key thing that you're going to need from your handlers, because quite frankly, if you're suiting with large amounts of people, or any real guarantee that there's going to be folks around, you need to be more than just you. It's just not safe otherwise. Some people do not act nice. Some people are bastards. And you're going to want someone who isn't in a fursuit who can help you with that if it comes up. I've known fursuit walks get attacked with fucking barbecue sauce packets and Burger King. I have seen all sorts. I've seen people's tails almost get whipped off. People are bastards, and if you put yourself out there with them, you are basically making yourself a target. It's not your fault. You do not deserve it. But if these assholes are going to target anyone, I mean, they're going to target us. So in those situations, just get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out. You keep a distance, you keep some mindfulness that you know your surroundings and who's what and where. And if they start encroaching on your space, you back off. You make sure you have a plan for that. You make sure you know how to back off, where to back off to, what's safe. D-head if you fucking need to. But essentially, that's where you're really going to need your handler. But, yeah, people are always going to be an issue. I have been to some very deserted spots that I thought were in the middle of nowhere and run across a lot of people. You're going to deal with this. The worst thing you can do is be scared, shy, and embarrassed, because it will set the tone and they'll think that there's a reason for you to do that, and it will just ruin your day. Be calm, be confident, be collected, and be happy. It will rub off on them. People have walked away from me with a smile. That sounds really shady, but it's the truth. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this video helps somewhat. I have run into many people in my fursuiting adventures outside, and I've gotten great shots, not with them, because I didn't let it ruin my day. There were some times where we ran into a shitload of people, like when I took these photos, and none of them came near, none of them said a word. They all just sort of judged from a distance, and I just brushed it off because, hey, if they're not going to make an issue, neither am I. Sometimes when I was taking pictures like this, we had people full on interrupt and want a full conversation, and it didn't ruin anything because I was ready for it. I anticipated it. We had planned for this, and I know how to deal with people, and everything went smoothly. Planning is your friend. Make sure you do it. You can have this fun. You can go out and explore and get these wonderful outdoor fursuit photos, but you want this to be a positive experience, so do everything you can to ensure it will become one. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video helps. These are the many ways that you can help support me. If you've been looking at this video and thinking, damn, what does feet look like? We got you covered. You can check that shit out. If you're also wondering, damn, I wish I could put his face on a t-shirt and wear it. We got you covered. You can do that shit. And maybe if you were thinking, damn, I really hope he doesn't fucking stop affording to live. We can fucking help you with that. You can support me. That would be amazing. I didn't really know how to phrase that, as you can tell. It's why it came out awkward. But thank you for maybe even looking at these options and considering them. It means the world to me to help me keep doing what I do, which I hope you all enjoy. Thank you very much for watching, and I guess I'll see you all next week. Bye!